Here's how to use the Disc Dog University Canine Frisbee Toss and Fetch League score sheet. You're going to start off by filling out the handler's name here, whether they're expert, master, handler, junior. You can mark that if you want. Put the dog's name over here. You can put the breed there if you want. And this is going to be week one's score sheet. How we're going to score this is we're going to put a mark over here where the catch is made or the miss. If it's a catch, it's just a little dot. If it's a jumping catch, so in the air, is a dot with a circle. And if it's a miss, it's an X. And then we put the point value over here, just like regular scoring. First thing you want to do is decide if the handler is throwing from this direction or this direction. Works both ways. You see the two little boxes here. We're going to use a blue pen for the first round and a red pen for the second round. Now you can use just one pen for both, but when you separate them like that, then you can see how you did in the first round and how you did in the second round. So we're going to make a mark depending upon which side the handler throws from in this little box. So Derek's going to throw from this side right over here. So that's where he's throwing from. So he's going this way. So he steps up to the line, has his first throw. It's a good throw right down the center, just across the 3-point line, and we just put a dot there, but it's on the ground. It's not a jumping catch, right? So we just want a dot, not a big circle around there. Then we're going to go back here to round one and put a 3, because that was a 3-point catch. Gets the next one back. Oh, it kind of fell off to the right, and it was missed right here. So we're going to put an X there. And then we put an X here. Next throw, once again, right down the center, a little farther than the first one, and the dog jumps and catches it. Hawkeye was in the air, so it was about right here, and we put a circle around it, and that's going to give us 3.5. So we would go 3.5 right there. So he's got his fourth throw. He's going to have to throw it a little bit shorter to get another one off. Hawkeye's not going real fast. So this is a short throw, but it goes a little off to the left, and it's over here, and it was a jumping catch, so we circle it, so it's 2.5. Last throw, he gets it off just in time, and it's a good long throw right down the center, just almost crosses the 5-point line, but not quite. But it was a catch for 3 points. So now he can see where his throws were, right there in this area. We had a miss over here, 2 on the ground catches, and then 2 in the air catches. So if we go over here and add this up, we basically have 9, 10, 11, 12 points. We put that right here. That's round one. So when he steps up to do his second round, we're going to switch to the red pen, because then we're going to be able to tell the difference, which is going to be way better to analyze it. So we're going to still put our red X here. It's going to throw from the same direction. First throw goes out. It's right across the 3-point line. It is a catch, a jumping catch. So it's going to be 3.5. Next throw goes out. It's another one right in that same area. Another jumping catch. Great job. 3.5. The next one goes out, but he's playing with that line, and it goes too far out of bounds. So it's a catch, a jumping catch, but it's out of bounds. So that means while we are going to go ahead and circle that here, we're going to put an X here because it's no score, right? So it's the same thing as a miss. But you could put an X out here, but I like to basically designate that the dog caught it out there. So when you look at this, you can see that was a catch. That wasn't the dog's fault. That was the handler's fault for throwing it out there. So his next throw goes right down there, the same spot. He's really got a collection going there. Another jumping catch for 3.5. And then the last one, he gets off, and it was a low one, and basically dog misses it right here. So it was a miss. Okay, so that's a miss. So what we can look back when we see, kind of what's happening, you can tell the difference between the red dots and the blue dots and how things changed. So if we add these up, we've got 10.5. Right? And then we can go with, really doesn't matter, but we can go with whatever color we want to add them all up. And we basically have 22.5. Now we're going to make a note of the wind because the wind was pretty stiff. It was coming right across here at 10 miles an hour. So as a judge, I could make a note and say, nice handoff. You know, I could say, make sure you're getting your throws out faster. Whatever my advice would be to this competitor. But as we look back on this then, got 5 throws off in both rounds. And if you look at the blue dots, we had one catch way over there. That one kind of slipped, and the rest are right here. So you can see he's throwing right in this area. So you can really see that we need to get a little farther to get him out here. And because that wind was coming across this way, it makes sense that they were pushing a little bit to the right over here, right? So we can look at the wind and this and say, okay, that's why they're there. If there wasn't any wind, these might all be more in the center, but the wind was pushing them there. We had 2 short misses here and then 1 out of bounds. By the time we do the next week, and so we save this basically, this goes in the folder for Derek, and then next week we're going to fill out the second week's worth. So once you have all 5 weeks filled out, it's pretty cool because then you can see all 5 weeks. Derek can take his score sheet and look at how he threw, how many throws he got off each week, any notes, and sort of see where he was throwing. So here, these were all shorter, but he can look back and go, that was a tough wind. That was difficult. So those were shorter. But up here, he was throwing in the 3-point zone. But as the weeks progressed, he got better and better, and now he's throwing out there, getting more catches in the 5-point zone. And we get to the last week, and the wind was changed, so he threw from this side over here this way, but likewise got all of the good throws there in the 5-point range. So this is a great way to see a snapshot of how you did over the last 5 weeks. And then for next league, you'll start a new sheet, and you'll be able to just keep track of all of your scores, track your progress, analyze what's working, what's not, go back to what's working in your practice situation, right? If you're working on the toss and fetch practice course, you can see what's working, how that's helping you out, and see what you need to work on by looking at notes. If we're talking about wind or different weather, see if you're throwing it far enough. This really helps you analyze how your playing is progressing.